to Budo Fighting Championships. I'm Jamie the Haymaker Hay, here with Jay the Blast Furnace. On to our next bout, this amateur bantamweight contest. Jamie Jackson in the red corner, taking on Sean Haran in the blue.
Yeah, it's been a big SBG Manchester contingent tonight, and Haran's brought a lot of fans with him. Nice jab there, just snapped his opponent's head back.
Jamie throwing that right hand straight down the pipe, gets caught though on the way in.
Yeah, nice little left hand there. Just as Haran charged in, just walked onto a short left.
Jamie still looking for that left again. Haran may have cottoned onto that now. So he gets caught with that jab on the way in, but Haran happy to do so and try and work his way against the cage now and use that pressure. However, Jamie has took him down now. Jackson now on top.
Yeah, Jackson returned the favour, didn't he? And he's got to a good position now and wasting no time in dropping that ground and pound. Straight on the offence as soon as he took his opponent to the mat.
Haran started to look for that leg to start with, but in the amateur contest, no heel hooks, no twisting leg locks allowed.
Yeah, it limits what you can do. You know, straight foot lock, straight knee bars, and you can use them to escape as well, but Jackson's been pretty savvy to it and he's used his position to land some hard shots.
Yeah, especially when you got a couple of shots raining down here now, and Jamie's doing a really good job of putting that pressure on.
Yeah, every time Haran tries to get the foot on the hip to get that control, he just sweeps it away, but as I say that, gets a quick bit of distance to back up to his feet.
Jamie using that head control now, keeping the back of the head as well, trying to work his way back in for that knee. Hits that, as we say it, as well, and puts a little bit, some good pressure on there to Jamie Jackson.
Yeah, it's a nice jab there as well. Struck a jab straight into Haran's mouth. Looking to angle his way in with an uppercut.
The corkscrew uppercut, I do like to work my way in with that as well. Good work from Jackson. Big overhand there on the way in as well. Some good striking from Jackson this.
Just got through, happens quite often when you miss a kick. Haran replied with one of his own, just went up through the middle a little bit.
5 minutes if he chooses to take it, but looks like he's ready to go. Good to go again.
Good low kick from Jackson, but Haran comes back with one of his own. Just as he comes in, he just eats the more powerful looking shots. He can't fault his commitment to coming in and landing that straight 1-2. Yeah, Jackson's snapping him back with the counters.
Jackson seems so far to have the power advantage from what we've seen in this first round here, Jay.
Yeah, I'd say so. Good pressure from Haran there, pushing his man back behind the jab.
With a couple of knees there. Yeah, into the leg.
You see that lead leg is marked up as well from Haran's low kicks, so he does well to keep targeting that one.
Still trying to use that pressure now. Got that right underhook to work his way in, but the over-under now from Jamie Jackson, he could able to turn it out beautifully there.
Yeah, turned his back on the fence. He's going to end this round with the upper hand, I think.
Good round for Jackson there, in my opinion, Jay. I think it was a good back and forth, but you know, the more solid shots came off from Jamie Jackson.
Yeah, well contested first round, but as you say, it looked a little bit like the shots that Jackson landed were the ones that landed with a bit more power. Maybe he's packing a bit more heat in the punches. Haran pressured forward, worked behind his jab. But every time he overcommitted, Jackson had some a counter waiting for him, a couple of nice left hooks.
Yeah, most of the time he was caught was on the way in as he was trying to sort of rage his way through that guard of Jamie Jackson. He was getting caught. First of all, that looping left and a couple of backhands as well. So he'll be very careful in this second round to not get caught again, but he has to work his way in a little bit better, a bit more intelligently, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's not forget as well, Jackson in that top position on the ground, landed quite a lot of ground and pound as well until Haran works his way back to his feet. So he's had a couple of dominant spots there in round one. I'd say closely contested, but I'd say most likely a round in the books for Jackson there.
Nice.
Comes out with a hard low kick.
Still trying to work his way in with that big right hand, Jamie Jackson. Really wants to land that. Likes to use his uppercuts, likes to mix up his striking a bit more.
Yeah, a couple of good low kicks there from Haran, who has landed consistently to Jackson's lead leg, but now he's fended off this takedown. He's going to go for a ride.
Beautiful work from Jamie Jackson there. Now working his way to side control. He's got him off the fence as well at the minute.
Yeah, shelving up that leg with his left leg as well.
Trying to go to that knee on belly, straight to the mount.
Yeah, tried to mount him straight away. He's going to get regarded from there though, and Haran might be looking for a leg lock.
Gave
again.
a little bit too much space there as he was trying to go over to that mount, and he hesitated a little bit. Hence why he ended up in this sort of half guard position. But a good position nevertheless.
Yeah, you can see Haran looking for the angle for the leg lock, and he's got a better control now. He's going to use it to get up. Jackson goes for the straight footlock of his own. Haran doesn't look too worried about it. He's got a good poker face. And he's got the leg out now.
Don't see mass amounts of finish with a straight footlock in MMA, mainly because of the sit-up with the striking. Once you start to sit back and go for that, you can get hit straight in the face down the pipe.
Yeah, you're right. You've very rarely seen him. I remember Andrei Arlovsky, in like probably over 10 years ago, had a couple straight footlock finishes, but it's not something you'll see a great deal of.
Good hip pressure from Jamie Jackson here. Still trying to work his way, just constantly putting them shots, making sure he stays busy enough. Good control with that left hip, nice and driven down to the ground. Trying to work his way from Americana maybe there.
Yeah, it does look like a strong chap, does Jackson. Every position he's in, it looks like he's got power from, and that he's got the arm trapped, dropping some right hands, and they're not the most powerful punch he'll throw, but he's racking up the scoring.
Good controlling part of the round this now for Jamie Jackson, where he's able to just calm it down a little bit, not rush too much.
Yeah, he's got a good cross face there, which is keeping Haran pinned and allowing him to work with that opposite arm.
He can lift that right knee and cut through as well and take that side control if he wanted to. It's quite an open guard at this moment. But he's choosing to stay and just keep working on that isolation of that left arm.
Yeah, it's a good dominant position for him. It's been a good spell to this round. Opening up there to create some space. I thought he was going to push the head away and strike, but Haran used the space instead to put him back in a closed guard, or put him back in a full guard at least. Now he's closed it.
That is the end of the second round here, Jay.
Yeah, 2 rounds in the books, and I'd say, you know, these guys are well matched, but I think Jackson's probably just nicked himself another round there.
Yeah, you'd imagine so with just the amount of work that he was putting in, and the control from the ground there as well, with some good striking. Good bit of work from Jamie Jackson. Just needs to keep his composure now going into his 3rd round.
Both these guys got good skills. Haran can't be written out of this fight just yet, but I think, especially when the amateur fights and you've got 3-minute rounds, you get stuck in a bad position for a minute or a minute and a half. That's most of the round that's escaped away from you. And now he's got his last 3 minutes to try and get something from this.
Declan Williams in his corner as well today. A lot of professional fights himself.
But Haran is not on any of it. Maybe afterwards.
Oh, nice straight down the pipe. Turns to his southpaw position now. Mixing it up a little bit.
Good left hook from Haran.
Jamie's got to be careful on the back. He's got to be careful. There you go. Nice drive around that corner. And he's really trying to work Haran to the floor now. That's where he needs to be. To try and control this fight again now. Yeah. Took a couple of strikes there, too many.
Haran knew he had to come out with something, and he went for it, landed a nice left hook, and then that right hand, which seemed to just sting his opponent a little bit, but Jackson used that sort of over-eagerness to dive in for that double leg. Really drove him with some power, managed to take his man down to the mat, and again, he's got a solid position inside the half guard, looking to trap an arm, get some shots off. And it's always a thing, if you're a fighter and you feel like you're chasing, sometimes you just overcommit, and that's just what happened there.
Yeah, I think when you get to the third round and you know you're potentially a couple of rounds down here, you need to do something about it, and that's where the overcommitment sort of comes in, doesn't it? Like you just say, you know, he did catch Jamie with a couple of good shots there, got a little bit excited, and then got taken down straight away from it with barely any resistance, unfortunately. Jamie's still looking to just keep that pressure on from the top, try and maybe knee cut through now.
Yeah, Haran debuting tonight, you know, and these are things that he'll learn from. He's mounted now from Jackson, but that, you know, when you land a good shot, taking half a step back and having a little bit more patience would have served him well. And then now he's stuck underneath the mount.
Yeah, Jamie just keeping that nice high mount now. Not great for strikes, but good for control.
Yeah, and he's in no rush. I'm sure he knows that he's ahead at this point. He can take his time. Not that he's not doing anything. Whenever he gets a chance, he likes to land some shots. He's been aggressive all the way through. Armbar. I thought he might go for the armbar then, but Haran out the back door instead.
And again, up against that cage now, keeping that knee on belly, good pressure. The stronger of the two, certainly. Jamie Jackson here today, I think that's been very visible, hasn't it, Jay?
Yeah, he's going to try and settle that Kimura. He's got his right hand on his opponent's left wrist, trying to feed his left arm through as well. Haran keeping that inside his hip for the moment. But yeah, you know, physically Jackson has looked like the stronger of the two, and that has made a difference. It made a difference in the striking. It seemed like his strikes had more impact, and on the ground he's been able to control his opponent pretty well for the most part. Stayed active as well, working enough so that the referee knows that he doesn't have to do anything to him. He can let it play out. And one mount with a 10-second clapper just gone, and he's looking for one last flurry.
And that is that. End of the third and final round here. Good contest between the two. Good show of respect at the end there, and I think it's a certain Jamie Jackson victory there after a very good back and forth for 3 rounds. Kept that control, worked hard from start to finish, and a great performance there from Jamie Jackson, in my opinion, Jay.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, Haran gave nothing away. You know, he worked hard throughout the fight. He didn't give up, didn't roll over. He wanted to stay in the fight, but ultimately just out-muscled by Jackson there, who gives the opposing fans a clap. You say Haran did bring a big crowd of him. Jackson didn't want to meet him in a bad mood outside, so give him a little round of applause.
Well, good work there from Jamie. Goes to 2-2 on his record now as well.